Hello, so it's time for another chat with one of the members of our pub shed and home bar community. Pub shed and home bar sessions, this being volume 46. So we're getting through quite a lot of different pub sheddies now and home bar owners. And I'm very, very pleased to introduce today to chat with us. It's Paul from Glove and Hippo. How are you doing, Paul?
Hi, Jimbo.
All good. It looks very sunny where you are.
All good. Yeah, very nice today. Yeah, blue skies. So happy days. Yeah.
Yeah, well, tell us whereabouts you are then in the country to start off
Yeah.
with.
So we're in Guernsey, Channel Islands. So we're just off the south of the UK. For those who don't know it, traditionally a sunny islands, which is nice. Very small, very sort of different to the UK, but affiliated with the UK. So yeah, all good, all good.
It explains the palm trees that I see on the pictures and stuff like that as well.
It does a little bit, yeah. So I suppose a little tropical island in its own rights, I guess.
Very nice. And I'm really looking forward to chatting about your bar because it really is proper unique in terms of how it's sort of set out and stuff. I mean, I was looking at the pictures and in my head, I was thinking, is this two different bars? But it's because of the way you've got it set up. It's almost like an outside bar, but then also an inside bar at the same time. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. So when did all this start for you then?
So we started the Glove Hippo in 2014. So probably one of the older bars around. Yeah, we started it because we had a shed in the back garden, and we had young children at the time, and it was the best option for us to be able to sort of have a few drinks at home rather than afford to go out. So we started with the small bar, which is a 10-foot by 8-foot bar, with a walk around bar behind. And we had a few parties in it. We were doing a few wine tastings, all sorts of parties, and realised it was a bit small. We got a large family. So first of all, Katie, my wife, had the bar. We walked through a shed to get into the bar, and sort of eventually I persuaded her that we needed to extend. So we extended from having the bar, and we extended with a lounge bar. So the lounge bar's got sort of faux leather seating in it, fireplace, fake brick chimney, and more traditional sort of old school looking flooring. Whereas the Glove and Hippo itself, the main bar, I went for very old sort of. When I sort of started drinking back in the very late 80s, early 90s, we had went for a nicotine yellow ceiling because all the bars we went in back in the day were sort of smoking bars and sort of nicotine yellow. And then last year, I convinced Katie that we needed to have an outside bar. So we got the barbecue bar outside. So I like to do a lot of barbecuing, a lot of smoking. So it made another excuse to have another bar outside. So we could have this one more for winter and then the outside bar for more for summer. So plenty of reasons to use both of them, I guess.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. So, I mean, like you were sort of saying there, you've got that kind of like traditional sort of loungy sort of bar where we can currently see you sat, doing this interview with us. But then the front of it's like the sort of beach bar-y type effect, isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant. I love, it's like going through a transformation as you probably walk through one and into another. So you still go through the beach bar then to get into the lounge.
So the beach bar sort of is a separate bar. So
Ah, okay.
Barbecue area. So where the sun's shining through, that's where the sort of barbecue bar is. There's a big mural done at the back from one of my daughters did that. So it's based on the Glove and Hippo, which is the theme of the bar, which came from a drunken night when we were looking to name the bar. And after a few beers sat inside the house, I googled what our names were. So my surname and my wife's surname, and I googled what the true meaning were, and we decided to call it the Glove and Hippo based on both the meanings of our surnames.
Ah, brilliant.
But it was only in the light of day afterwards when sort of the mist had cleared after a few drinks that I typed in what her name meant. So in the end, her name actually translates to, rather than hippo, failure. But we kept the Glove and Hippo rather than glove and failure because it sounds like
of course it does.
so that's where it's come from. So
Oh, I absolutely love it though, and obviously the mural of the hippo wearing its like coconut bikini. Absolutely love that. I know we spoke about that. I think when we featured you on the podcast not so long ago. So yeah, it really is great, and it looks like a lot of people really enjoy visiting as well. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, we've got a large family, large extended family. So for barbecues outside and wine tastings in here, and sort of birthdays and any sort of event, everyone seems to sort of end up here, or we tend to have all the events. So if there's a birthday, we've got quite a nice back garden, so it ends up being here. And obviously, with having a bar, we're already catered for it, and friends and family bring a few drinks along, and yeah, and we have a good time. Yeah.
Brilliant. And so you mentioned that the beach bar type part of it
Yeah.
with the sort of outside kitchen thing you've got set up. That's the Glove and Hippo. Does your bar kind of, the bar that you're sat in now, the sort of low loungy sort of traditional pub one, does that have a separate name or is it kind of under the same umbrella?
So the one I'm sat in is the original one. This is the Glove and Hippo. So this is so I'm in the public area, and back behind me
Ah, right, okay.
is the lounge bar, and then outside is the Glove and Hippo barbecue bar, which is so that's 2023, and this one's 2014. So
Ah, right. It's all starting to make sense
yeah,
now. This is it. But I
give
mean,
it, give it another 9 years, and I'll convince her I can have another bar.
it's gonna your bar joined all together is gonna start being bigger than the house, isn't it? That's what's gonna happen.
It's getting that way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is
But
my space, great. So yeah.
oh, it's brilliant. And I mean, one of the good things about your Instagram, I think one of the latest posts, or one of the maybe the ones that you've got pinned, is that in order to make sense of this in your head and how it all sort of fits together, there's a video, isn't there? And it
Yeah,
kind of goes through some of this, and it's really good to watch that to kind of get that understanding.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Obviously, the bar that you're sat in now, I can see you've got so much going on in there in terms of the collections of stuff that you've got. So I'm guessing you've been collecting all this memorabilia and everything for quite a while.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I probably started about 2 years before we built it, just collecting a few bits and pieces over here with auctions and a lot of French car boot sales and a lot of pubs that closed down. I've got a till there, which is from the 80s, which was from an old club. And yeah, so as I look around, I know where I purchased these things, so it all brings back memories, and it's great to think, and you can talk about where you get these things and sort of why you collect them. Whiskey water jugs, I've got a lot of those. I've got about 100 of those. Lots of miniatures, taxidermy. I think the
I
deer is up
just
behind me.
see that behind you. Yeah,
Yeah,
brilliant.
some pieces. So yeah, so whenever I see anything, I try to make space, or if not, I try to convince Katie that I need another bar to put it in. So
And it's something that you're using. I mean, parts of this whole bar setup, you're using some of it all year round, I imagine, as well.
yeah, 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 absolutely. Yeah, yeah. We were sat outside just before, having a beer outside in the sun, and then came in here to do this. Where it's a bit quieter. So
Brilliant stuff. And you say that you're in there quite a lot. It's kind of your little bit of a space and all that. Have you
yeah,
found how do you find that having your own sort of space to go to?
I mean it's great. Yeah, because I can choose what the decor is. So Katie comes in and she may not like it, but sort of it's not in the house, so it's my space. I can do what I like, and sort of and she joins us, and she does like it in the end, but sort of not always at first, and sort of suggests ideas and how I can make it tidier, of course. But I like it the way it is, and sort of it works for us. Yeah, yeah, it's good.
Excellent. And does it take much looking after? Obviously, with some of the parts of the bar are probably getting on to 10 years old, aren't they? Some of the parts of it. So,
Yeah,
has it
yeah.
kind of looked after itself? Is it quite easy to maintain?
Mostly, yeah, a bit of painting outside. I've had to do fix a bit of the flooring because it was sort of starting to sort of break down a bit. So it's a little bit of maintenance. But hopefully you built it to last. I mean, it's all lined, it's all dry lined, it's all insulated, it's all plasterboarded. Wallpapering is the first time I've ever wallpapered was in here, which is great as long as you look too closely at things. It works. Um, yeah, and it's all part of the fun, isn't it? I think it's sort of you come in here and you titivate and you do a few bits and pieces and you do a bit of cleaning, and this is probably the only place in the house I actually hoover, so which is great. Sort of, those sort of things. Yeah.
I think a lot of people with you probably nodding in agreement at that, particularly the landlords who may be listening in.
Sure.
Um, But yeah, brilliant. And in terms of the sort of the maybe types of drinks that you enjoy in there, then what is it that you enjoy in your particular part of the bar?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty new to the sort of IPAs and the dippers and that sort of thing. So in Guernsey, our sort of supply chain is a lot limited compared to the UK. So we don't have as many supermarkets or range of supermarkets, and we don't have many independents at all. So us getting different drinks every year is sort of if anything's new on the shelf, we buy it. I buy it and give it a go. So yeah, sort of almost drink anything at all. Like I say, wine tastings, quite into IPAs and that sort of thing at the moment. Quite happy to have cocktail nights. Quite happy to have sort of seasonally. I tend to drink sort of cider in the summer, and then move on to the heavier stuff like the Guinness and the sort of stouts and that sort of thing in the winter. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's mention the Guinness because I mean, you clearly like your Guinness because of look at this you've got outside. Love that the Guinness sort of barrel that you've got, and the sort of like beer pumpy type thing. Absolutely brilliant. I know our Dave will be very jealous of that. So yeah, did you do that?
Yeah.
Was that a find or is it something you've made yourself?
No, I made that. I saw the beer barrels for sale and had it as a beer barrel for a while. I toyed with the idea of making the top. I put bar mats in it and put liquid resin to give it a go. It didn't quite work. So as you see, sort of you look at other people's bars and they come up with ideas, and you see that I copied that idea and gave it a go. And then my three kids bought me the Guinness Surger a week or so ago for Father's Day early present. So I thought I'd give it a go and piece all the bits and pieces of Guinness together for a little pick there outside. So yeah.
Oh, excellent. Brilliant stuff. Do you have a perfect draft as well? I saw a keg in the background. I didn't know if that was just a display thing. Do you use a perfect draft machine, is it?
Yeah, perfect draft. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
So, and sort of that's only just become available in Guernsey. So the last few years, we were buying it sort of through the UK or bringing it back from France. So yeah. Sort of like to have more room for a full tap system. Have rented one before, but found that we found it very impulsive to drink everything that was in there in one go rather than making it last. So yeah, but perhaps not a good thing for everyday life.
Excellent. What about the local? Have you got many local breweries on the island, or is there a go-to sort of one?
There's a couple of very small local ones which are dabbling in IPAs and lagers. There's a very good Guernsey cider, which is very nice and very easy to drink, but not a great deal. Sort of quite a small island, and but no, it's definitely growing. There's a few bars now, a few independents are starting to bring in a few different drinks other than your normal standard lagers and whatever, which are great. But it's nice to try different things every now and again, I think.
Excellent. Let's get on to music then. So, I mean, this answer might depend on which part of the bar you're in. I suppose you could walk through all of your bars and have a completely. It could be like one of those nightclubs that has different music going on in different rooms and stuff like that. So,
not quite big enough for that, but yeah.
Typically, what kind of things might we expect to hear as we make our way through the Glove Hippo facilities?
Yeah, so it depends on who's in here. So myself and sort of 80s rock and that sort of thing on the radio or anything. Happy to listen to anything at all. My dad lives with us just in the back garden, and when he comes in and we have a few beers together, we quite happily sit down and listen to anything sort of 60s, 70s. My kids come in and they listen to whatever they listen to, which I try not to get it on because it's not my type of music, and pop on things like Alien Radio and anything else that sort of.
I've seen you've been checked into Alien Radio, so I'm glad you've been enjoying it.
Yeah, so it can vary, and it varies. All easy going.
Sorry, mate. Sorry about that. We just lost you briefly. So you was just saying it tends to vary, does it? Then what's on?
Who's in here easy going? We'll listen to most music, and it depends on sort of where the evening's going and what we want to do and enjoy ourselves. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, it's been really, really nice chatting, and that leads us on to obviously our final question. What are you drinking now, by the way? I've just seen you've got a drink, you've cracked one open. I'm feeling like doing the same.
So I'm actually on Tall Tales. Where are we going? This way?
Yeah, very nice.
I think that's brewed in Bristol way, so it's sort of as close as we can get to the UK, I guess. Yeah, very nice, very fruity, very summery. Really good. Yeah.
Excellent, good stuff. So, what song shall we play you then that most represents yourself or you, or just a favourite song you'd like to choose from the Glove and the Hippo?
So for me, anything sort of AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, because that's what I was brought up with. So I'd go with something like AC/DC, Back in Black.
Excellent, great choice. Cheers for chatting with us, Paul, and all the best to your family and all the visitors to the Glove and Hippo.